Church family, in our Lenten experience, we have been studying prayer, your spiritual toolbox. And one of the tools in our toolbox is the tool of giving and stewardship. Giving of our time, talent, and treasures. And I have an amazing opportunity for you to give of your time and your talent. And that is being a part of our pastor's anniversary celebration. So a committee has been forming for us to come up with different ways to celebrate Reverend Sheree on her 5th anniversary as senior minister of UPCHURCH. I am so excited to celebrate these 5 years with her. And so I would like for you to give of your time and talent to this endeavor by letting me know you're interested. You can email me at upchurch@upchurch.org or at revsheree@upchurch.org. And we're gonna have a quick meeting this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Pacific. And so if you're watching this, that's on April 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Pacific. And you can join in our after party link. That's where the meeting will take place at the end of the after party. So I'm so excited for us to get started and come up with these fun ideas to celebrate Reverend Sheree's 5th anniversary. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and I want you to know that this is going to be a part of our giving exchange as we become good stewards of the resources God has given us and be willing to share our time, talent, and treasures. I'll see you there.
Mark your calendars for Sunday, May 1st. This is our annual meeting. This is an all-church meeting. We want to invite everyone in. It's a Zoom meeting. It will happen after service, but this is an important meeting because we're going to be voting on board members. We're going to be voting on some very important issues besides that you want to be a part of. And so if you're a member of UPCHURCH, we want your voice to be heard. Join us Sunday, May 1st. We're going to be talking about our return to the building and several other important things that you don't want to miss out on. Sunday, May 1st, immediately following service in the fellowship that we normally do after the service.
UPCHURCH family and friends, I am so excited to let you know that we will be in person on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday service will be in person. And so for those of you who are out of town, who are our virtual members, or who are out of the greater LA area, don't worry, we will live stream the service. You'll be able to participate in the fun. But if you are in LA area, come to church. We would love to worship with you. We'd love to have that energy in the room. And so I'm inviting you to come to church. Services will be held on Easter Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And they will be held at 600 West Queen Street in Inglewood, California. That should sound familiar because that is the First Lutheran Church we've been having services at for years. So come, because it's going to be all new and fresh. Wait till you see the way we have our service this Sunday. It's going to be amazing. So we're inviting you to come and join us in person. So this is what that also means. Hello, ushers. Hello, men's ministry. Hello, all of those who support UPCHURCH when we have in-person service. I'm activating you now. Consider this your activation button. We need your support to have this experience. And so expect someone to reach out to you to confirm your commitment. But I'm asking you to wake up that gift in you. Wake up that gift of service in you and come and be a part of our service. We are so excited about it, and I can't wait to see you there. God bless.
Church. Now, if you believe that you're able, go ahead and groove like this. Hey, yes. Hey, believe that you're able. Believe that you can. Believe that you won't be stopped by any man. With God on your side, your dreams will come alive. Believe
and you will succeed. Thank you, worship team. That's really it. If you believe, it really doesn't even matter what anybody else believes. If you believe, you will succeed. That is a perfect opener for today and for where we're going today. Listen, come on in, come on through these virtual doors. I'm Reverend Sheree James, and I'm the senior minister of this community, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. You are in for such a treat. Okay, housekeeping things. First thing, make sure that you hit like and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe. Just go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and let us know that you like what it is we're doing by leaving us a comment. And of course, share. You never know whose world you may lift, you may change, you may turn around just by sharing what you're hearing here today. And if you're watching this on Facebook, same thing. Make sure that you like our page, that you set yourself up to receive notifications when we release new content, and share. That's the message for the year. Share. Tell somebody about what it is that you are getting here at UPCHURCH. Let's take a moment to open today's service in prayer. Would you pray with me? Father, Mother, God, we open our hearts and our minds to your teaching. We are so thankful, so very thankful for what you have given us. We open our hearts and our minds to be changed at depth. We recognize that we are more than we see between the head and the feet, that we are infinite, though we move in these human forms. And we just come together today for something special to happen in us. Let the transformation begin. Let the transformation happen. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I am so very grateful for you, Spirit. I am so very thankful for all that you have given me. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you for the souls that are gathered here right now, each family represented. Thank you for the good that is expressing in their lives right now. We have come together for the purpose of awakening the presence in us more deeply. And so we just thank you, God, that that is here right now. We ask that love reigns supreme in this moment. Let love take over. Let love take over every aspect of our lives. All the dark places, let love find expression in, through, and as us right now. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Pray this prayer in the name and in the consciousness of I am. This prayer is so, and so it is. I'm really thankful that you are spending today with us. We're in the midst of an incredible service, an incredible series called Build a Better Life, Your Consciousness Under Construction. And we are building out a consciousness that can have as far as we can see. We're building out a consciousness that creates lasting creations. This Sunday is all about forgiveness and writing. And those are the two tools that I'm going to be talking about today. But before I get into that, let me share with you a little bit about UPCHURCH, who we are, where we come from. We are the living legacy of the Reverend Dr. Della Reese-Lett. And I want you to know that our vision is to love every person up to their true identity and to their highest potential for the greater good of all. And we're on a mission to express God's divine love through teaching spiritual principles, worship services, fellowship activities, and community outreach. Our theme this year is reconnect, reset, and reaffirm. This is a year where it's about do over, right? We get a chance to dial back into God, to reconnect. We get a chance to begin again. You know, we're all emerging back into life after a 2-year quarantine of varying degrees. And then reaffirm. Sometimes you got to remind yourself who you are, reaffirm that divine identity. So, as I was saying earlier, we're going to be talking today about forgiveness. This is such an important tool for you to dive in on. And if forgiveness is something that maybe you struggle with, maybe that's been something that you've had a little bit of trouble with, then I want you to really open up your ears today because I've got a word for you. All right, let me take a moment now to pass the baton to Reverend Sheree Thompson, our assistant minister, and then I'll be back with the word.
Hello, UpChurch family. It's Reverend Sheree here. I am the assistant minister at UpChurch and the director of spiritual education. It is such a joy to be with you today as we celebrate the Lord together. We're in the midst of our Lenten season, and one of the disciplines that we're working on prayer. And one of the prayer tools that we have been exploring is fellowshipping with the saints and powers of the people. So I want to say that you are with us in our prayer experience because we're all fellowshipping with the saints and positive people. And so if you're visiting UpChurch for the first time, or maybe you come and visit us time and time again, I don't know how you got here, but I'm so grateful that you are here. And I know that you're going to hear something that's going to be exactly what you needed to hear to break through something that you've been dealing with, to break through a challenge that you have in your life. So I want you to open up and be receptive to hear the truth that you need to break through whatever's been holding you back. That's what we have here to offer at UpChurch. We will love you up to your true potential. And if something resonates with you in this message, consider joining UpChurch. All that you would need to do is email us at upchurch@upchurch.org and let us know you're interested. That's all you need to do. We will give you your next step. And so I want to encourage you, if you've been coming and you've been feeling the message, go ahead and take that first step and just let us know, hey, I'm interested. It doesn't commit you. It just lets us know that we're ready to give you another step so that you can understand more about our church. You can understand more about what we teach, and you can understand what you can contribute here, because we believe that membership is a dynamic exchange. And so speaking of a dynamic exchange, I want to introduce you to the community, the fellowship of positive people, fellowshipping up with the saints, of who comes here. Who is this UpChurch body? What do they do? How do they love me up to my true potential? Here's one of the ways we demonstrate that. What we do is we introduce ourselves to one another by our spiritual name. And so I want everybody to get in on this. All that you need to do is take I am and put it next to a quality of God. That's your spiritual name. And I challenge you to pick a quality that you really want to see more of in your life. And so I'll go first. I'm just going to actually read my own t-shirt, right? I am powerful. I am confident. I am beautiful. What is your spiritual name? Go ahead and put it in the live chat if you're chatting with us. If you're not chatting with us live, go ahead and add that to the comment section. We would love to be able to affirm who you are. We go and we pray with you. When we see you affirming who you really are, we agree with it. And so I want to encourage you to go ahead and do that. Don't worry if you're not chatting or if you're not commenting. All that you need to do is speak it out loud. Go ahead and shake the atmosphere with your spiritual name. And my friends who are writing them, go ahead and speak it out loud as well. There's something that happens when you use the power of your spoken word. And so I'm going to transfer you now over for our daily inspiration. So open up your heart and mind to listen and hear this inspiration, and then I'll be back, and together we're going to activate the power of our spoken word with our affirmation of power. I'll see you in a moment.
Happy Sunday, and welcome to the reading of the DI on April 10th, 2022, Palm Sunday. I am in control. Today, we celebrate Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. Fillmore writes in Keep a True Lent, Jerusalem, the holy city, symbolizes the habitation of peace, possession of peace, vision of peace, abode of prosperity within us. Let us understand what that means for us today by considering a few spiritual details of the entry. Fillmore begins by stating that this center of peace is found within us as the nerve center and back of the heart. Jesus' riding on the donkey symbolizes his control over his animal nature. The hosannas and spreading of the palm branches before Jesus represent his overcoming of mortal and error thought by obedience to spirit. You and I, like Jesus, must take control. In the name of Jesus the Christ, let us affirm the same Spirit that raised up Jesus from the tomb dwells in me. I am lifted up, and I dwell in peace. I, too, am in spiritual control and have overcome my worldly tendencies. Whoever believes in me does not believe in me only, but in the one who sent me. John 12:44.
Thank you for that daily inspiration. It's now time for our affirmation of power. Now, this affirmation is actually pretty long, but it is potent and powerful. We're taking all of our affirmations of power from our text for Lent, Prayer, Your Spiritual Toolbox by Dr. Darrell Pulley. And this is going to be a magnificent affirmation experience for us. So I want to encourage you to stand up. Speak this out loud. Don't just read it along on the screen. Activate the power of your spoken word and speak this, affirm this, claim this prayer so that we can raise our consciousness. Now, let's take this together. I am that prosperity that is having the freedom to do whatever I desire within reason, whenever and wherever I desire, in harmony with God's will. I am deserving of that prosperity, the best that life has to offer, every good and perfect gift of God. I am commanding and demanding the instantaneous manifestation of God's infinite bounty in my hands and use right now, today. I am expanding my consciousness to be the unlimited vessel for God's limitless abundance on this earth. I am calling for God's inexhaustible supply to fulfill my every need for the completion of my divine plan. I am choosing to rejoice in that connection, God's creative power that flows freely through me for the blessing of all life. I am affirming that the fullness of those wonderful blessings that are available to all, for our Wayshower has said, I am come that they all might have life and that more abundantly. I am rejoicing in that abundance, flowing to myself and to others. I am blessed with the free will, choice, to share in expanding the Father's goodwill to every man, woman, and child on this planet. So I am blessing their good fortune. I am actively expanding their good fortune. I am aware that there is truly plenty for all. I am one with the cosmic power that creates all things, that breathes life and light and love into humanity, and that happily supplies me with all the joy and victory, truth, harmony, strength, and freedom that I need, and I am grateful. Woo! And so it is. Amen. Those are some powerful I am statements. I want you to work with this affirmation of power. Now, one of the things that we do here, so you've seen it on the screen, we'll make sure that we share it in our show notes so that you can work with this affirmation of power throughout the week. These are some powerful I am statements. And so if you have found yourself to be in a space where you don't feel like you have enough, where you don't feel like you are enough, where you don't feel like there is enough, I want you to work these prosperity I am statements and keep speaking them until you feel them in your bones, until it feels like it's so true, it's crowding out whatever is appearing in your appearance, whatever is appearing in your experience, and you began to feel prosperous. You began to feel connected to the inexhaustible resource that God is. This is what you can do through the power of your affirmative word. And so I don't want you to miss out on this week. Work this affirmation. If you're a part of our Lenten experience, I'm going to fold this one in so that we get to experience it throughout the week. But know that this word is your word and it only works if you work it. So take these affirmations of power. Take these and you can just pick one of them. There were so many great I am statements, and begin to open your mind to prosperity. Maybe this is how you hit your reset button. Maybe this is how you recommit to being who you really are, because you are meant to live, move, and have your being in God's abundant universe. It's time for you to step up your awareness, step up your consciousness, and know and believe that you can have more than you can see. God bless you today. Up Church family and friends, I am so excited to let you know that we will be in person on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday service will be in person. And so for those of you who are out of town, who are our virtual members, or who are out of the greater LA area, don't worry, we will live stream the service. You'll be able to participate in the fun. But if you are in LA area, come to church. We would love to worship with you. We'd love to have that energy in the room. And so I'm inviting you to come to church. Services will be held on Easter Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And they will be held at 600 West Queen Street in Inglewood, California. That should sound familiar because that is the First Lutheran Church we've been having services at for years. So come, because it's going to be all new and fresh. Wait till you see the way we have our service this Sunday. It's going to be amazing. So we're inviting you to come and join us in person. So this is what that also means. Hello, ushers. Hello, men's ministry. Hello, all of those who support Up Church when we have in-person service. I'm activating you now. Consider this your activation button. We need your support to have this experience. And so expect someone to reach out to you to confirm your commitment. But I'm asking you to wake up that gift in you. Wake up that gift of service in you and come and be a part of our service. We are so excited about it, and I can't wait to see you there. God bless.
Hello, Up Church. My name is Eli Weary. I am from York, Pennsylvania, and I recently moved out here to Los Angeles, where I graduated from the American Musical and Dramatic Academy with my bachelor's in fine arts. I have been singing for the majority of my life, and I've been playing guitar for more than half of it. I really hope you guys enjoy this song that I created with Noriko. It's about really taking in what the world has to offer for you and noticing the things that are there and that have been laid out for us, seeing that there's so much more. And I hope this strikes a chord in you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Here now, I wake up to see the dreams I've held before me. I reach out and doubts and sorrows far behind me. On long nights when I've worked to the bone, I picture how my peace will come, soft and sweet like a melody. It moves my soul like a marching drum to clench my fist upon the string of faith. There's so much more that I have yet to see. There's so much more that I am called to be, a stream of endless possibility. So I open my eyes and let my heart be free. This day I've made up my mind to be the change I seek to find. All that's good in this universe, it shines on me with the light I've earned. Joy unknown and wonder grown, receive. Boundless love and life, oh just believe. There's so much more that we have yet to see. There's so much more that you are called to be, a stream of endless possibility. Just open your eyes, let your heart be free. I want so much more, I've got so much more, I can have so much more. I want so much more, I've got so much more, I can have so much more. I want so much more. Oh, there's so much more out there. I can have so much more. To see. I want so much more. I've got so much more. I can have so much more. Everything I need. I want so much more. I've got so much more. I can have so much more. Everything I so much more. I've got so much more. I can have so much more. So much more that you are called to be.
Did you like that new song from Noriko and Eli? That was Eli on guitar. That was absolutely amazing. So much more. There is so much more. So much more. If that does not capture it, thank you. Thank you, Noriko. Thank you, Eli. Thank you to the entire worship team. So much more. Really just sink into that. There is so much more that you are meant to express. So much more. And some of you have lived some amazing lives, some very full lives, and still there is so much more. We're going to talk about how to get at that today. So my lesson is entitled, Be at Home in Your World. And it is Palm Sunday, and I wanted to use an example from Jesus's life to help us understand how to be at home in our worlds. And I will tell you what I mean by that. See, when you are at home in your world, you operate from a position of pure power. When you are at home in your world, when you are comfortable in your own skin, you operate from a position of pure power. There's a scripture, John 18:11. This is my guiding scripture. Jesus said to Peter, put your sword back into its sheath. Am I not to drink the cup the Father has given me? In other words, I'm not running away from this moment. So I want to start first with a discussion about true creation. And I don't know if we've ever talked about this before. As I'm thinking about it, I don't know that I've ever done a sermon on that. And I want to make sure you understand what true creation is. True creation is lasting creation. True creation is lasting creation. True creation outlasts you. True creation refers to the things that you do, the things that you create, the things that you say that live beyond your lifetime. Hear that. We are each called to be true creators. You are not meant to be erased from the pages of history. True creation is what you are called to do. And yet, most of us are born, we live, we die, and there is no record on the earth or in the earth that we have been here. True creation lasts beyond your lifetime. So I'm thinking, I always use this because it's just, well, anyway, you'll get it. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, that dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. And this symphony, this song is known in far reaches of the world. And yet it was composed over 250 years ago. True creation lasts beyond your lifetime. True creation, these are the things that you say that stand. And people still repeat them. When they're looking for a quote, they go looking for what it is that you said. I think about Martin Luther King's speech. I have a dream. I have a dream that someday my 4 little children will be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. I have a dream. We repeat these words often. True creation lives beyond your lifetime, and all of us are called to be true creators. But what keeps us from engaging in and producing the true creations of life is that we're each called to deliver to this generation is our response to the stressors of life. See, the stressors of life are meant to shape your true creations, not stop them. The stressors of life are meant to shape your true creations, not stop them. And here's, this is a funny thing about stress. Everybody feels like their stress is more stressful than everyone else's stress. Me included. I'm not sitting here judging. I'm saying, me too. I feel that way too. I was talking to a friend. This is what made me know this. I was talking to a friend, and this is a person who knows my schedule is cray-cray. And we decided we're going to be accountability buddies. We're going to hold each other accountable. And so this person is deciding that she wants to get her book out. She's ready to put her book out. She needs to get it out. And so I said, okay, great. Well, here's what I do to find moments. Even in the middle of this cray-cray schedule I got, here's what I do to find moments to continue to work on this thing that I'm bringing forward into the future, or bringing forward into my life. And now, and I said, so, this is tough because I've got this, I've got that, I've got, once I get Jordan into bed, I'm exhausted, I'm ready to, go to sleep, I got church, I got a job, all of this. And this person says to me with a straight face, well, listen, after you put Jordan to bed, you can just focus on you. I mean, I'm married, I can't do that. Basically, you can afford to find those little moments here and there to work on your business. I have more demands on my time. And here's the thing, I'm not even offended because I understand that everybody feels like their stress is more stressful than anybody else's stress. Everybody feels that way. What keeps us from delivering on the true creations that we are each called to live, you are meant to get that book out. You are meant to get that music produced. You are meant to get that business built. You are meant to do all of that travel that you imagine yourself doing. You are meant to do that. But what keeps us from being able to do that is how we respond to the stresses of life, whether the stresses of life shape the creations or stop the creations. So again, just so we're clear, what is true creation? True creation is a divine activity that is always happening. Something is always being built. Our subtitle for this series is Your Consciousness Under Construction. We are building consciousness. Why? Because the consciousness we are building is meant to enable us to deliver the true creations which only we can deliver. See, the Fifth Symphony, as it was manifested, could only come through Beethoven. If it had come through Bach, it would have sounded different. Can you imagine Prince singing Michael Jackson's songs or vice versa? The creations, the true creations that are meant to come through us can only come through us. Said differently, nobody else has your divine assignment. You're the only one with the divine assignment you got. So those true creations can only come through us. And so we have to build a consciousness that will allow them to express. So we're building the consciousness that can produce the music that lives beyond our lifetime. We're building a consciousness that can deliver the books that are meant to be read centuries from now. Oh, come on. We are building a consciousness that will create the businesses that will live and thrive long after we are gone. Consciousness. Let's define that. Consciousness, as defined by the revealing word, is the sense of awareness of knowing. What are you aware of? What do you know about? Consciousness is the sum total of all of the ideas that have accumulated in us and are affecting our lives right now. All of the ideas that have accumulated in us. So this is what Fillmore says. He says, it is very important to understand the importance of our consciousness in spiritual growth. Divine ideas must be incorporated into our consciousness before they can mean anything to us. What is he saying? That means that I got to live the idea in order to grow from the idea. Let me say that again because I kind of stumbled over my words. I want you to hear me good. That means I got to live the idea in order to grow from the idea. To incorporate an idea into your consciousness means to live it. I must translate the ideas of God into practical steps that I do every day. Said differently, consciousness equals your daily habits. To say that we are building consciousness is to say that we are building daily habits. See, Let me explain just a little bit further because I really want this to stick, right? Because when we talk about consciousness, that's a big $10 word, but I want to break it down. Consciousness is what you do every day. Consciousness is what you do every day. Here, oral hygiene is an idea, right? Oral hygiene is the practice of keeping your mouth clean. That's what oral hygiene is, right? And it's, do you have good oral hygiene or do you not have good oral hygiene? But it's the practice of keeping your mouth clean. It's not simply something you talk about with your dentist. Because if all you did, if it stopped there and all you did was talk about it with your dentist, then you have not fully incorporated the idea called oral hygiene into your life. So oral hygiene is not something that you just talk about. It is something that you do. And to do it well, you got to do it every day. Every idea has associated with it a set of practices. This is good. This is good. Because if you get this, you'll never diet again a day in your life. If you get this, you'll never be broke again another day in your life. If you get this, you'll have the relationship you desire in your life. Ideas come alive in your life to the degree that you put the associated practices into effect in your life. Every idea has an associated set of practices. You put those practices into effect in your life, you get the consciousness and all the good that comes with it. Now, the consciousness that creates true creation, right? The consciousness that enables true creation, these are the creations that live beyond our lifetime. It is built through incorporating the ideas of God, life, love, wisdom, power, and substance. Those ideas, life, love, wisdom, power, and substance, each have a set of practices that makes them come alive. And so what you've been getting over this Lenten period are a set of practices, come on somebody, a set of practices to make the ideas come alive in your life. You were put here to change the earth. You were put here to create that which will outlive you. Life is short, but the creations that you leave behind thrive. Reverend had a period of time that she walked the earth from 1931 to 2017. But the ideas that she birthed, come on somebody, I know you hear me. The ideas that she birthed continue on even after her lifetime. True creation is not bound by your death date. True creation continues long after you are gone. And when you learn to be at home in your own, be at peace in your own world, right? Be at home in your world. When you learn how to operate like that, you sit in that place of pure power. And from you come amazing creations. When we awaken the ideas of God in us, we become at home in our own world. When you are at home in your own world, you show up differently for life. When you are at home in your own world, you react differently to the stressors of life. When stressful situations arrive, we don't respond from a place of emotion. I don't have to come out of my spiritual character in order to respond to the things that are happening in my life. I'm going to share with you John chapter 18 verses 1 through 11. I want you to hear and listen with ears that understand what it means to be at home in your own world. And Jesus had spoken these words. He went out with his disciples across the Kidron Valley to a place where there was a garden, which he and his disciples entered. Now Judas, who betrayed him, also knew the place, because Jesus often met there with his disciples. So Judas brought a detachment of soldiers together with police from the chief priests and the Pharisees, and they came there with lanterns and torches and weapons. Then Jesus, knowing all that was to happen to him, came forward and asked them, "Whom are you looking for?" They answered, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus replied, "I am he." Judas, who betrayed him, was standing with them. When Jesus said to them, "I am he," they stepped back and fell to the ground. Again, he asked them, "Whom are you looking for?" And they said, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus answered, "I told you I am he. So if you are looking for me, let these men go." This was to fulfill the word that he had spoken. "I did not lose a single one of those whom you gave me." Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it, struck the high priest's slave, and cut off his right ear. The slave's name was Malchus. Jesus said to Peter, "Put your sword back into its sheath. Am I not to drink the cup that the Father has given me?" In other words, I run from nothing. I am not running from anything that life has brought to my front door. Am I not to drink the cup that the Father has given me? Am I not to embrace this moment which the I am of my being has drawn to me? If it's here, it must be a part of my divine destiny. It must be a part of my divine unfolding. If it's here, I can handle it. See, the person who suffers from stress is always uncomfortable. He or she seems to find it impossible to adapt to people and conditions. Happenings have a way of just becoming irritations for them. Always there are things that are wrong. Consequently, there is a feeling of just not being able to cope with life or to handle all of the demands of life. And then on the other hand, there is the person who is at home in his or her world. And this person easily moves through experience after experience with poise and freedom, handling whatever comes up in the perfect right way. Ease and joy are the order of the day. We can all learn to be at home in our world. It is not necessary for us to suffer from stressful feelings and reactions to situations in our lives. Instead, we can become comfortable and easy, free and at peace at all times and under all circumstances, at home in our world. See, when Judas arrived with the officers, it was Jesus who was at ease and in command. Peter lost his stuff and reacted emotionally, cutting off a man's ear. And Jesus is like, "Put that away. I'm not running from this moment. I'm not putting up my dukes." Let's talk about what made Jesus at home even in this situation, right? First, Jesus was not afraid of losing anything, even his life. Many people are troubled by stress because there is a fear of loss, a fear of loss of money, of loss of things, a loss of power, loss of position. Peter, working on the human plane, was very much afraid of losing his friend or maybe even his own life. But Jesus was in charge and he knew it. Jesus was poised because he was in tune with God, listening for inner spiritual guidance. He had all the right answers. Peter, on the other hand, was responding to stress in a human way and ends up harming someone else. And isn't that usually what happens when we respond to stress in a human way? We either end up hurting ourselves or someone else or both. So I want to talk to you about 3 practices that enable you to be at home in your own life. And then I'm going to incorporate the tools that we're focusing on this week, which is forgiveness and journaling. So the first point I'm going to give you is adopt a positive attitude, refuse to take things personally. The second point is hold people and things with open hands. And finally, let love expand your world. Let love expand your world. All right, point number 1. Adopt a positive attitude and refuse to take things personally. Here's what you've got to get. You have dominion. You have dominion over yourself, but you got to take that dominion over yourself. You don't have to continue to react emotionally to everything that's coming up in your world. Something happens and it's like a buzzer. Zit, 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 and you're just reacting. You can learn to be at home in your world. Many people are uncomfortable in their environment because they continually take everything that is said or done in a personal way. Your tool, and I want you to make this a go-to tool. Your tool to help you stop taking things personally is forgiveness. Forgiveness in its simplest form erases the past. Someone may make a remark and you take it as an insult. Or you might think, well, I wonder what he meant by that. Some people look at others and conditions and consider them a threat to their personal safety or well-being, or perhaps to their paycheck or their possessions. Many times a person is made uncomfortable by a situation that exists in his mind only. Peter, in that meeting place, in that garden, was reacting to the fact that Judas brought officers to their private meeting space. It was a betrayal on so many levels. But if you notice Jesus's reaction, he doesn't shrink from the moment. He steps forward. Who are you looking for? And when they don't give him an answer, who are you looking for? I told you I'm him. I'm not running from this moment. I'm not trying to evade authorities. Who are you looking for? And so you want to be that way with the things that are happening in your world. See, I'm not taking any moment personally, and I'm certainly not taking any moment as a threat. If it's here, it's a part of my divine destiny. I am a true creator. I am not meant to be erased from the pages of history. What I came to bring will give life, and that more abundantly. If this circumstance has appeared, then it must in some way be a part of my royal destiny. And so I can step up to the moment. I can have a positive attitude. Everything is working out for my good. Everything is working out for my good. Point number 2, hold people and things with open hands. I learned this technique years ago when I was struggling to rebuild after a divorce. In her book, The Prospering Power of Love, Catherine Ponder advocates writing to the Christ in another person. That simple practice helped me forgive when I thought I couldn't. It helped me rebuild my life in such an amazing way. It helped me let go of people that I thought I would fall apart if they left me. Anyone who clutches others tightly, fearful of losing their love, determined to direct their lives, is maybe not intentionally, but definitely doing it, filling their own lives with tension, anxiety, and stress. Think about it. A lot of the tension and the anxiety and the stress that you have around family members is because they are making choices that you don't want them to make. But they are their choices to make. Everybody gets to express. I ain't got to like it, but everybody gets to express. And here's the thing, you're making choices that someone wishes you would make a different choice. And so you hold people with open hands and an open heart. I free you. I free you to do life the best way you understand how to do life. Jesus didn't hold on to others. He invited the disciples that were closest to him to join him in his personal group, but he never tried to force anyone to follow him or to become one of his followers. He gave his teaching away freely to all who wanted it, and he healed wherever he found a receptive channel. If you are open, follow me. But if you are not open, okay. See, you creating at the highest level is the goal. You releasing your true creations, the things that last beyond your lifetime, is the goal. When you hold on to people so tightly, right? Not forgiving them, you compromise the good that lies within you. Within you is treasure. Within you is treasure. When you clutch tightly to family, friends, or whomever, you compromise your ability to release the treasure within. When we learn to hold other people with open hands, those who belong in our lives remain, and those who are not to be a part of this life experience go. Releasing others is going to save us so much tension and strain. So much tension and strain. Just to let them go. To not hold on to them, to not need them to do it the way that we think that they ought to do it. One of the things that I wish we could see, but we can't because it's not the way life is constructed. I wish we could see the things that we keep from flowing through us because we won't forgive. So much good lies within us, and we keep the door closed. We keep the door closed. In fact, we don't even know that there's a door there. Forgiveness is your daily practice to let it go. And this brings me to my third point. Let love expand your world. Let love expand your world. If you will open up and just let love just take over. Just let love just expand you, expand you, expand you. There won't be room to hold on to the hurt. There is nothing to fear in God's universe. Nothing. By recognizing God's love and the presence in his presence in our environment at all times, we can learn to be equally at home at all places and at all times. But love is a quality that we have to learn to understand and to cultivate. Remember what I said? Every idea has a set of practices associated with it. So letting love expand in you and letting love expand you comes with a set of practices. This is what these tools that we have been giving you are about. You can sit and begin to journal, to write out. There's something so powerful when you will put pen to paper. the clarity that comes. This love, this is a love that goes way beyond the songs of romantic fantasy, and even the family relationship or friendship. It is the love that is based on a recognition of God everywhere and a sense of identification with God's goodness throughout the universe. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King says, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Said differently, this is a friendly universe. I might be going through an unfriendly experience. Those that lived through the 60s, that marched, that protested, you lived through an unfriendly period. But the one who led said, the arc of the moral universe is long and it bends toward justice. This is one of the most critical decisions that you have to make. Is this universe friendly? Because what you decide it is what it becomes for you. So much to say, so much to say. In this understanding of love, our relationship with people expands to a new dimension. See, when I let love expand me, how I show up for you changes. We no longer relate to others in the way of human thinking, but rather we follow the example of Jesus in being a channel of blessing at all times and under all circumstances. That means I see you as God sees you, regardless of whether you see yourself that way. I see you as God sees you. When we let love expand our relationships with other people, we enter a new way of living. One that is happier, healthier, and free from stress and strain. And when we are free from stress and strain and at home in our world, that's when the true creations come out of us. That's when they come out of us. When we get to that space of perfect peace. I don't need anything in the outer to be right in order for me to be right. I want you to think of yourself as a hot air balloon. And every time you forgive, every time you pick up the pen and journal, your balloon lifts a little bit higher. You don't even know what you cannot see because you hold on to unforgiveness. You don't even know, sometimes you don't even know what you're unclear about until you sit down and start writing and journaling and the clarity comes. Let love expand you. Choose to forgive that coworker, that parent, that friend, that child. Choose to free them and see if your balloon does not go a little higher, if your life does not get a little better. Dr. Pulley writes, forgiveness clamps the love in your heart in place and reminds you of your oneness with all of your brothers and sisters in this universe. All right, let's review. When you are at home in your world, you operate from a space of pure power. What you are here to do is to create lasting creations that live beyond your lifetime. You are here briefly, but what you create is meant to live beyond you. And so point number one, you need to adopt a positive attitude and refuse to take things personally. This ain't about this other person. This is about the unfoldment of my divine destiny. I have a royal divinity. I have a royal destiny. And so if it's here, I ain't running from it. If it's here, I'm going to look it dead in the eye and deal with it. Point number 2, hold people and things with open hands. You don't have to do it the way that I think that you ought to do it. You don't have to like the way that I'm doing it. I am holding you with an open heart and an open hand. And finally, point number 3, let love expand you. Let love open you up. Let love transform you. Let love heal those places that you feel are beyond healing. That envy that you feel like you'll never be able to get past. That hurt for what they did to you that you feel like, I don't know how to let this go. And it's consumed you for decades. It's always the thing in the background. And it keeps you from trusting. Let love expand you. God is biased toward your success. God is biased toward your success. If you will begin to open up, if you will begin to forgive, it's literally like an eraser that will begin to erase the past. And you combine it with the journaling and the writing, there's nothing that you can't do. God bless you.
I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain. Now is the time for me to let go of the shame. My past behind me, I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. Ooh, I'm ready for my change. I forgive them. I forgive them. Everything that I've been holding on, I let go. I surrender. I surrender. I'm ready for my change. Ooh, I'm ready for my change. I forgive me. I forgive me. Everything that I've been holding on, I let go. Oh, I'm ready for my change. Oh, I'm ready for my change.
All right, family, it is time to support your spiritual center and help us take this message global. Made it so easy for you to support UpChurch. Contributions to our ministry can be made online. You can text UpChurch to 73256, or you can go to upchurch.org and click on the give button, or you can make your gift via Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $UpChurchLA, or you can mail in your gift. And remember, we have a new mailing address, 3108 Glendale Boulevard, number 547, Los Angeles, 90039. Would you read along with me? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. All right, let's back up that blessing with a declaration. We want to send this seed out with energy, enthusiasm, and expectancy. I am in the flow. I give generously and I receive abundantly. I am a massive giver and a gracious receiver. All right, family, let's have some announcements and then I'll be back to close us out.
UpChurch family and friends, I am so excited to let you know that we will be in person on Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday service will be in person. And so for those of you who are out of town, who are our virtual members, or who are out of the greater LA area, don't worry, we will live stream the service. You'll be able to participate in the fun. But if you are in LA area, come to church. We would love to worship with you. We'd love to have that energy in the room. And so I'm inviting you to come to church. Services will be held on Easter Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And they will be held at 600 West Queen Street in Inglewood, California. That should sound familiar because that is the First Lutheran Church we've been having services at for years. So come, because it's going to be all new and fresh. Wait till you see the way we have our service this Sunday. It's going to be amazing. So we're inviting you to come and join us in person. So this is what that also means. Hello, ushers. Hello, men's ministry. Hello, all of those who support UpChurch when we have in-person service. I'm activating you now. Consider this your activation button. We need your support to have this experience. And so expect someone to reach out to you to confirm your commitment. But I'm asking you to wake up that gift in you. Wake up that gift of service in you and come and be a part of our service. We are so excited about it, and I can't wait to see you there. God bless. UpChurch family, in our Lenten experience, we have been studying prayer, your spiritual toolbox. And one of the tools in our toolbox is the tool of giving and stewardship. Giving of our time, talent, and treasures. And I have an amazing opportunity for you to give of your time and your talent. And that is being a part of our pastor's anniversary celebration. So a committee has been forming for us to come up with different ways to celebrate Reverend Sheree on her 5th anniversary as senior minister of UpChurch. I am so excited to celebrate these 5 years with her. And so I would like for you to give of your time and talent to this endeavor by letting me know you're interested. You can email me at upchurch@upchurch.org or at revsheree@upchurch.org. And we're going to have a quick meeting this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Pacific. And so if you're watching this, that's on April 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Pacific. And you can join in our after party link. That's where the meeting will take place at the end of the after party. So I'm so excited for us to get started and come up with these fun ideas to celebrate Reverend Sheree's 5th anniversary. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and I want you to know that this is going to be a part of our giving exchange as we become good stewards of the resources God has given us and be willing to share our time, talent, and treasures. I'll see you there.
Mark your calendars for Sunday, May 1st. This is our annual meeting. This is an all-church meeting. We want to invite everyone in. It's a Zoom meeting. It will happen after service, but this is an important meeting because we're going to be voting on board members. We're going to be voting on some very important issues besides that you want to be a part of. And so if you're a member of UpChurch, we want your voice to be heard. Join us Sunday, May 1st. We're going to be talking about our return to the building and several other important things that you don't want to miss out on. Sunday, May 1st, immediately following service in the fellowship that we normally do after the service. All of life is for you. All of life is for you. Victory is already yours. I bless you today to just take this message and all that you've gotten out of today's service and put it on its feet in your life. You are not meant to be erased from the pages of history. And so I dare you to go out and be the amazing being that you are. I dare you to go ahead and be all that God created you to be. I want to invite you to join us next Sunday. We'll be in person for Easter. Can't wait to see you there. It's going to be amazing, absolutely amazing. So make sure that you make plans to join us. And if you have questions about today or you just want to catch up with me, I invite you to come hang out with me in the after party. Let's take our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. God bless you today.